Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and we busted another agency for illegally looking up me and or COPWATCH. Just because I run the channel, I have a Facebook page, and I expose their disgusting corruption and tyranny here. And this has been an interesting day. I got a death threat on a YouTube channel. That was not cool, so that had to be reported. But then, yeah, we busted a Punta Gorda police officer, Justin Cleaver. This is the same guy that tased a 91-year-old guy. It legally looked me up on 8/26/2016, and it relates back to when everybody was doing news stories on the execution of Mary Knowlton by Lee Cole. He executed this lady in a shoot-don't-shoot scenario, and then this is the same guy that let his dog maul somebody. So everybody was reporting this on the news, on a newspaper, and all I did was rebroadcast that news on my channel. And for doing that, I am under investigation by this guy. He looked up my record detail, vehicle, driver history, picture, signature, everything. And by the way, if you can barely make it out, you can see his email is in there, so you can email him. If I could figure out how to freaking zoom, yeah, like that. So his email is there, so you can get a hold of him. Justice Cleaver. There's another person you can get a hold of at Punta Gorda Police Department. So I shot back an email, and I said, what is his punishment for illegally looking me up? And I finally found out today I am under investigation, and this is unreal. So I'm trying to figure out how they got this information, and by the way, nothing's illegal. We were gonna find the address to the police chief, Tom Lewis, who has been involved with all this corruption and incompetence. And in fact, if you follow the channel, it was so bad they even charged him with incompetence. And in fact, he's on paid leave right now. But I was talking to, I know his ex-wife, I was talking to her, and I asked for the address so we could go protest in front of his house, which is totally legal. It's in the freaking Constitution. And I don't know if he told her or we chatted about it on Facebook. I can't see it. Or some of you that follow this channel, is I believe I am under they are using a stingray on me, which is a fake cell phone tower, because they got the information. It's right here. So just because I asked for his address and I wanted to protest there, I am under investigation. As you can see, he sent it to all the police there. He sent it to the city manager, Howard Koenig. He sent it to William Bill PRUMMELL. Also, during this whole time too, Charlotte County Sheriff had me under investigation too. Robert Tuck illegally looked me up. There's another lady that illegally looked me up at Charlotte County Sheriff. Her name is Susan Edwards. I'm going to attach those videos. But it has been an insane day. So this was their response, is that they have the right to look me up. It's not illegal. Just because I asked somebody for the address. Unfreaking real. So here's a little bit more too. And that's not the only illegal lookup. That was on the David system. On the FCIC system, they illegally looked me up, like freaking 8 to 10 people for over the past 3 to 4 years. And they will not, they have to, by law, tell you why they looked you up. And in fact, Charlotte County actually did respond and gave me all the reasons why they looked me up on the FCIC. There's a ton of different systems they can look you up on. So yeah, here's even more. We got Nicholas King on 10/22. And what's the interesting thing is, here's another one, Shane Shadowski, 9/28/2002. This is on the FCIC, illegal lookup. I've never met any of these people. I don't drink, I don't drug, I don't speed. That's why they freaking hate me, because I don't have anything. But what you can relate a lot of it to is that all these different dates that they look me up is, if you guys get bored, do it. If you can do a search on my page, I have 10,500 videos. That's why it's hard to find. you can literally find the dates when I was hammering them on different stories. All I do is, I'm like Drudge Report, all I do is repost the story from the newspaper or the TV. And one of the dates, the date that on the David lookup where Justin Cleaver looked me up, is the day that I posted this stuff. Funeral for Punta Gorda cop Lee Cole's victim that he executed his dog mauled a guy. And then the other one was gun writer and lawyer talk about what the Punta Gorda leak should be charged with. So I mean, just because I posted news, they illegally looked me up. It's insane. But here's some more illegal lookups by FCIC. David Bockert on 11/10/2016. Another lookup, Laura Amber on 2016 11/10. Matthew Walk 2016 11/10, illegal lookup. I committed no crime. Nancy Morrison 11/14, illegal lookup. Never met her, have nothing to do with her. This is a good one too. On 1/4/2016, Katie Heck, she illegally, and she's pretty high up in the Punta Gorda Police Department. So this one's really bad, and they will not respond to any of them. They by law are supposed to. I'm almost got a lawyer here that'll take this stuff. Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and we got more corruption for you from Charlotte County Sheriff as usual. There's somebody in LEOAFFAIRS making comments and outing people, and they're not supposed to on that website. That's what the rules say, and they did it anyways. And especially when you out somebody on that site, it's usually not to send them flowers, it's to do not good stuff, because this agency is so corrupt that I wouldn't trust them as far as you could throw them. So we did a FOIA search and asked who posted that there and who accessed the David system, because we think it's from the David system where they got all the information. I mean, they pretty much put everything there. I mean, the address, the phone number, everything, the name. And they won't say, we got the FOIA back, they will not say who it was. They're saying they don't know who it was. They're saying it wasn't from the David system because everything the David system's got is even more than what they posted, but of course they did, whatever. So they're saying it's from a Google search. But they did say somebody 1 month ago did access the David system for the person that runs Charlotte County Cop Watch. And I said, oh really? An investigator that we know with PINAC, with Photography It's Not a Crime, third biggest cop watch site in America, taught me a new trick. He taught me that on your Android phone you are being tracked all the time, and sure enough, he's right. We looked, we have a cleaning company, we looked up where we were that day, looked at the map that the Android phone made, and so now we know where we are. So we did a FOIA request to find out where he was, because their cars are GPSed, and come to find out he was nowhere near where we were. And he pulled a record on us 1 month ago for traffic-related inquiry, as you see right here. And this is one of, from what we've been told by many people, one of the most corrupt people in Charlotte County Sheriff. He's with the drug squad, of course. That says it right there. His name is Robert Lee Tuck. He is infamous here, and yeah, he did a traffic-related inquiry, so we found out the GPS was nowhere near us. In fact, he was pretty much sitting right at the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office by the airport, and we were not even close to that, way far away. So I've attached to this a lawyer's website, what can happen if somebody accesses illegally the David system. And yeah, it's not good. He can be fined $500, misdemeanor charge. He can be impeached. He can lose his job. He can be suspended. Many different things. And that's why I'm making this video, because I got to let everybody know, because it's so corrupt here. It's just I have to let everybody know what's going on. So as you see here, I just realized too, you got his email now too. You can email him, say, wow, you're such a nice freaking guy. Not really. and ask him, is he the one making threats on a Charlotte County LEOAFFAIRS website? We even have a reporter that might be interested in the story because he has an opinion. Is this conspiracy to commit fraud or something? Are they getting ready to do something? Because this place is so corrupt, and he is connected with the drug squad, which is probably connected with the SWAT squad. What are they? Why are they getting off me information? What are they doing? One reason why we found out they hate us is because we don't drink, drug, smoke, nothing. We go to church, and we have a company, and my wife sings in a choir, and I run COPWATCH. That's it. And the corruption happened to me. Sheriff Ken Hill lied in court, did perjury, got the case thrown out against her stalker. Sheriff Bill PRUMMELL and many other people there, sheriffs, knew about it and said they could do nothing. It's that thick blue line of corruption that's really effing everything up, and it's got to stop. So there you go, people. Here it is. Like I said, there is his email. Tell him hi. Say, hey, thanks for being a corrupt Nazi little bastard. And we're going to bust your ass. We are looking into it right now. We got some reporters that might be interested in this story. And everybody's being informed, just so they know that beware of this guy. He is not good. He is bad. What do you think?
How the Misuse of David Can Bankrupt an Officer's Career by Leonard J. Dietzen 3. Dietzen at Rumberger.com and Michael L. Forte, M40 at Rumberger.com. What is David? The Driver and Vehicle Information Database, DAVID, contains information on drivers' licenses, registered motor vehicles and traffic crashes. Permissible uses. Florida Statute Section 119.0712(2) states the information in DAVID is confidential and may be accessed only as allowed under the Driver Privacy Protection Act, DPA. 18 News. See Section 2721(b) of the DPA provides that law enforcement may access this information in carrying out its official functions. Examples of where access is appropriate include traffic stops, traffic crashes, official investigations, and searches for emergency contacts during natural disasters. Impermissible uses. 18 News. See Section 2722(a) of the DPA makes it unlawful for anyone to access this information for an unauthorized purpose. Impermissible uses include looking up addresses for a holiday card list, checking a family member's driving record, and obtaining information on celebrities and politicians. Penalties. Florida Statute Section 119.10 provides that any officer who misuses DAVID is subject to a civil fine not to exceed $500. An officer who knowingly misuses DAVID is subject to suspension, removal, impeachment and the charge of a first-degree misdemeanor. In addition, 18 News. See Section 2723(a) of the DPA mandates an unspecified criminal fine for officers who knowingly misuse DAVID. Section 2724 establishes a civil cause of action for the person to whom the information pertains. The DPA specifies civil damages of 1. Actual damages not less than liquidated damages of $2,500. 2. Punitive damages upon proof of willful or reckless disregard of the law. 3. Attorney's fees and costs. And 4. Such other relief as the court deems appropriate. 2. Civil rights implications. Plaintiff attorneys have also been filing civil rights lawsuits for DAVID violations under the authority of 42 U.S. See Section 1983. Section 1983 provides for civil liability against law enforcement officers who violate a citizen's rights established in either the U.S. Constitution or in a federal statute. Recoverable damages under a Section 1983 claim include emotional distress damages, attorney's fees and punitive damages. Section 1983 is also the mechanism by which law enforcement agencies can be civilly liable for failure to train their officers on DAVID's proper use. Best practices. Officers should strictly adhere to the Memorandum of Understanding to which agencies accessing DAVID must subscribe. The memorandum lists the permissible uses of DAVID, and also explains how officers should safeguard the accessed information. Officers should take care that their accessing of data does not allow for unauthorized third persons to obtain the information. For example, information exchanged by electronic means must be stored in a place physically secure from access by unauthorized persons. For agencies, proper training of officers is essential to avoiding liability. Agencies should consider restricting access to only supervisory personnel to limit their exposure. Rumberger, Kirk and Caldwell provides litigation and counseling services in a wide range of civil practice areas including product liability, commercial litigation, construction, real estate, intellectual property litigation, securities litigation, labor and employment law, bankruptcy, insurance coverage, professional liability and administrative law. Offices are located in Orlando, Tampa, Miami, Tallahassee.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and we unfortunately have a problem here. Again, as usual, we have an out-of-control sheriff. His name is Charlotte County Sheriff Bill PRUMMELL. He's running for office again, and he is creating a military police state here that would be the envy of the Nazis. And apparently, just like the Nazis, if you say anything, or against government here, against the sheriff here, if you do not just lay down and let this tyranny happen, you are under investigation. And you've seen I've done a lot of videos that that I'm under investigation because I run COPWATCH here, because apparently that's a bad thing, letting people know of their tyranny. But a lot of my other patriot friends are finding out, well, gee, if they're looking him up, they're fighting government. Are they investigating them? And lo and behold, here we go. Yes, it is true. A friend of mine, Mr. Krug, is under investigation, and this is what's scary, man. This person, Susan Edwards from Charlotte County Sheriff, is an intelligence analyst. What the fuzz does Charlotte County need an intelligence analyst? Is this like the CIA, the NSA, FBI? What's going on, man? So anyways, this is the fourth patriot here just in Charlotte County that she has researched, and this is what she's also researched: criminal investigation. So if you say anything against the government, that it might be corrupt, wasting our money, out of control, same thing with the police or sheriff, you are under criminal investigation by the intelligence analyst here. So we are actually going to start investigating her. We're going to get her personnel file. We're getting her emails before and after this. Hope to find out who is pulling her strings, or is she doing this all on her own. But everything is illegal and you are not free is real. This is happening right here. Charlotte County. Bill PRUMMELL is running for office. Vote no. Vote Ed Pope. You saw me. I just kicked out a video 40 minutes long on Jim Milo. He's running for sheriff here, and oh my God, he's bad. So this guy was so bad here in Charlotte County. He ran to jail that they fired him because he was so bad. And Charlotte County Sheriff is bad. So if you're so bad that you're bad for Charlotte County, that's pretty bad. So yeah, it's really messed up here, and we're trying to so everybody that fights a little bit of the government corruption here, I think it's time we all find out if Susan Edwards has looked you up a criminal investigation for fighting corruption, fighting tyranny, wanting freedom. I guess if you want freedom, that's illegal here. That's against the law. That's not constitutional. I don't even think they know what the Constitution here is. I think that's what it is. I think we're in La La Land. We all did something. We went to sleep and we woke up with this tyranny of Bill PRUMMELL's. And yeah, this is not Milo. We already did him. So yeah, this guy right here is nuts, out of control. needs to be voted out of office and then investigated big time. And if we find corruption like we think there is, 5 people dead in jail, 4 different Charlotte County Sheriff people fired, nobody's in jail for that. Everybody can go out and get another job again, so that's a freaking joke. You know, and that really sucks too, because if regular people got busted for the stuff that some of their sheriffs did, you would be in the paper, crucified, your picture, you'd be on Facebook, all of that crap. But does their people? No. And you'd be in jail. And do their people do any jail time? I do not believe so. So, really disgusting, full Nazi military police state here in Charlotte County. It's really, really sad. By the way, too, if you're available tomorrow, the 29th, he is having a fake, as you see, open house for hired job career day. And he said it's for hiring, but yet he's inviting everybody 1 week before the election to show off his military police state. So if you want to document how bad it is, he's going to have the tank out, he's going to have the dogs out, the helicopters out with the FLIR that can see your house, inside your house, which they've already been busted for. Yeah, it's all going to be on display, and using your tax money to get reelected. So, oh my God, it's great living in a banana republic. Not.
All new on Wink News at 6.
The chief has been doing a PR campaign about, I'm open, I'm honest, anything you want to talk about. Well, he doesn't want to talk about these other incidents. He didn't release these other incidents until you had to go digging through like a madman to find them.
Wink News pushes to get memos from the Punta Gorda Police Department about Lee Cole, the cop who shot 73-year-old Mary Knowlton during a shoot, don't shoot citizens demonstration back in August. These are memos that have never been made public before.
And tonight we'll tell you about the memo from an officer who trains other cops witnessing Lee Cole making what she basically calls a wrongful arrest. Wink News investigative reporter Dave Colbreth has the exclusive.
This sort of stuff should be unacceptable in any law enforcement agency.
He was a one-man wrecking crew in Punta Gorda, and nobody tried to stop him.
Is he fabricating things? Is he making things up just to make the arrest?
3 longtime Charlotte County attorneys, all who have also been prosecutors in their career, read this memo about an arrest made by Lee Cole, which the Punta Gorda police never released until Wink News spent a great deal of effort and hundreds of dollars.
Just shows that the Punta Gorda Police Department was hiding this stuff. Every news agency in the country was asking for these type of documents.
The memo really hit home for Steve Leskovich because it was about his client, Jacob Hill.
You always hear about corruption, but then to actually read it and know that it happens to someone you know is actually quite disheartening.
On June 23, 2015, Officer Bonnie Buckaloo sent this memo to the Punta Gorda police administrators.
They knew roughly 8 hours after this arrest.
Buckaloo, along with another officer, came upon Lee Cole, who had pulled Hill over for driving the wrong way on this one-way street. First, Cole had his dog sniff around the vehicle for drugs, but it did not detect any. After that, Cole said that he was changing hats and now going to try for a DUI.
He's fishing for something.
Buckaloo also wrote that Cole did not ask any of the related DUI questions and that she did not observe anything that would indicate an impaired driver.
Falling over, stumbling, no odor of alcohol, no bloodshot, watery eyes. None of that information is written anywhere in any of the reports.
Buckaloo summed it up by writing that Cole performed the requested sobriety exercises without any notable concerns, and that he probably should not have been placed under arrest.
It's shocking to read an officer's report that says another officer was seeking or finding a reason to make an arrest. Why is he even arrested?
Apparently, that's also what people in the state attorney's office wondered, because Wink News obtained these documents from them, where a prosecutor writes, I do not see how there was enough for a DUI arrest, and if that's out, then there's no probable cause to search.
I would bet $1,000 the state attorney had no idea that there was another officer on scene who believes that this was a false arrest.
So, the state attorney's office started playing Let's Make a Deal and said it would drop 5 of the 7 charges, including 2 felonies and the DUI.
DUI getting dropped almost never. I mean, it is a very, very rare circumstance.
I can count on one hand how many times a DUI has been dismissed prior to charges being filed. This is one of them.
When the state attorney's office offered to drop most of the charges, Jacob Hill pled to minor possession of weed and got out of jail immediately.
He pled to those because he was in jail for 35 days and he needed to get out. Who's not going to take that?
Wink News talked to Jacob Hill, who lost his driver's license for a whole year, his apartment, and his job.
And now when he's looking for employment, what shows up on his background? A DUI. Who the heck's going to hire somebody with that kind of record?
So, what did the Punta Gorda police do about this memo? It said it was successfully prosecuted with the means of a plea.
And I have to tell you this. Any department that defines this as a successful prosecution, they should all resign.
Without asking, the Punta Gorda police also gave us emails saying things like, Buckaloo seems to have an obvious dislike for Lee Cole, stating to other officers that she refuses to acknowledge him or back him up on traffic stops.
She's one of their current own. She's part of the blue line. You don't cross it. She crossed it.
Would he have taken that plea had you known about this email, this memo?
Absolutely not.
When I talked with Jacob Hill, he said he came down here because he's a roofer and needed to work year-round. Well, after all this, he said no one would hire him, so he had to go back to northern Minnesota, and he said, try making a living there doing roofing in the winter. When we asked the Punta Gorda police for an interview, we were told the chief will not be providing an interview on the memo you referenced, continuing the public discussion of Officer Cole's work product prior to the conclusion of both FDLE's investigation and our own internal investigation is unfair and possibly improper on our end. That memo, as well as last night's story regarding those other memos, are on our website at winknews.com. Dave Culbreth, Wink News Now.
I think that that was a sign of just arrogance. I mean, you don't need to double and triple check yourself. You don't need to have other people double and triple check you. You don't have to have a procedure in place. You don't have to make sure. Like, all of those things just make me sick to my stomach.
On August 9th, 3 dozen people watched as a Punta Gorda police officer shot and killed a woman during a Citizens Academy demonstration. Officer Lee Cole's still on paid administrative leave after the death of 73-year-old Mary Knowlton. But could it have been prevented?
Tonight, only Wink News has memos that were not in Cole's personnel file. After weeks of requests and hundreds of dollars spent, Punta Gorda police finally gave us those memos with allegations of bad arrests, insubordination, and policy violation. Wink News investigative reporter Dave Culbreth has the details.
Nobody should be running around this town with a gun and a badge with these type of allegations against them.
No self-respecting law enforcement agency that I've ever encountered should be tolerating this kind of behavior.
Those are 2 longtime Charlotte County attorneys. Both of them were shocked when I showed them these memos obtained by Wink News after the Punta Gorda police fought hard to prevent us from getting them.
Just shows that the Punta Gorda Police Department was hiding this stuff. Every news agency in the country was asking for these type of documents.
These new memos show Lee Cole's problems with the Punta Gorda police. But Cole's problems started in his rookie year with the Miramar police, where he was involved in 2 internal affairs investigations. This one, where he yanked a man out of the back of his cruiser. After just 1 year, Cole was forced to resign. He then applied for jobs at over 2 dozen police agencies near Miami. Wink News obtained Cole's application files from most of them, who turned him down. So he then redirected his efforts to Southwest Florida, where the only agency interested in him was Punta Gorda. It was a year after he left Miramar when Cole was hired by Punta Gorda.
Miramar got it right. The other 25 police departments that refused to hire him got it right. Punta Gorda got it wrong.
Cole's personnel file with the Punta Gorda police shows many positive things he's done. But then there's these newly obtained memos that were not in his personnel file.
When you hire somebody that was asked to resign from a different police force, they should be on thin ice.
The first incident Wink News discovered is depicted in this memo. It was February 4th, 2015, when Cole accidentally discharged his taser at home. He was never disciplined.
To have an officer not check his taser before he does a spark test, that is Barney Fife stuff.
On October 23, 2015, a supervisor, Thomas Keegan, wrote this memo saying Cole was insubordinate to him and questioned his authority.
I think that him being insubordinate to his lieutenant seems to kind of go along with all of the other misconduct that he's alleged to have engaged in, because, you know, each one of those is kind of him being arrogant.
Then exactly 1 week later, Cole saw a man riding his bicycle at night without a light. The man wouldn't stop, so Cole sicked his dog on him. But Wink News has now learned from this email that there was what was called a community initiative in place, where officers were supposed to give warnings and free bicycle lights to people instead of arresting them. The Punta Gorda police ultimately settled with the man for $60,000, and over $120,000 worth of medical bills were written off by a hospital. The Punta Gorda police also hired an expert who determined that Cole did not do anything wrong.
I don't care what they say, you know, him allowing that dog to rip the chest wall out of a man who was driving without lights on a bicycle, that's insanity.
The dog bite issue got attention around the world, and Cole said he was receiving death threats. So he improperly accessed the state computer system to remove his name from public records. He got a slap on the wrist from Chief Tom Lewis, who, ironically, illegally accessed the same system himself 5 years earlier and got suspended.
As an attorney, I mean, the Florida bar would be smacking me around something fierce, because you can't just engage in constant misconduct. He's got 5 or 6 incidents of serious misconduct. He's still a cop.
We asked Punta Gorda police officials for an interview about this story, and we were told, quote, "The chief will not be providing an interview on the memos you referenced. Continuing the public discussion of Officer Cole's work product prior to the conclusion of both FDLE's investigation and our own internal investigation is unfair and possibly improper on our end." Now, after all of that, that's not the most egregious things these attorneys say Lee Cole has done. That involved a wrongful arrest. We'll have that tomorrow night in part 2 of this story. Dave Culbreth, Wink News Now.
drugs and stuff like the German jails, they would have, we got 7, I'm a Canadian originally, we got 7 times more.
Will you do me a favor?
What's that?
If you want to record me, I have no problem with that.
Right.
But this is not a public building.
Last time we were here, we already discussed it. They said we could.
But there are other people here that may not know that you're recording them.
Okay, last time I was here, I asked if I could record, they said yes.
I have no problem with it.
Right.
I believe the facility is probably in the same mindset as they were last time. But just out of common courtesy, let people know they're being recorded, please.
You're being recorded.
Well, wait, everybody's here.
You have to let them know too.
Everybody's here.
Are you running? He doesn't answer questions, I'm sorry.
Can I answer questions?
No.
You just did. You did.
If you have any questions for me, you can talk to my attorney, Kevin Shirley.
Okay.
I gotta meet Kevin,
know
man.
Kevin, too. He sold
He's
me my
popular,
house.
man. He is popular.
Your house?
No, but he was the lawyer for the guy that sold when I bought my house 18 years ago.
You want me to sit here next to you, buddy?
Yes.
Thank you.
Anyhow, should be interesting. Good. You're from Punta Gorda?
Oh, did you meet him yet?
So am I.
No, tell me you were Canadian.
This is John Sertan. This is Ian. This is the guy that's doing all the filming, going for public records requests and stuff.
Oh.
They like him. They like him so much they trespass him.
They do. I'm very popular.
What was the latest video on looking for a trespass? Jim Mello.
Oh, Jim Mello was trespassed from a real estate office for causing a disturbance in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And
But the only record you got was 2015. That was the one?
yeah.
Oh.
But they were giving the other guy like a hard time about getting the record, so I had to go down there and straighten those things out with him.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom. And by the way, we tried to get L.A. Daniels and the black people to come today. I'm totally serious. Totally serious. I said let's meet here and have a conversation.
It's a shame.
It is. So.
The meeting's canceled. Maybe next month. Can we same time, same place?
The meeting's canceled?
Yes, sir.
Why?
We're the community.
Feedback from the Traby Woods community.
We can't be part of it.
You're not members of the Traby Woods community, no.
Oh my God, that's a good point.
You got your number, man. You just told me a few minutes. It's a meeting to discuss in the community, and now it's canceled.
Yeah.
Wow.
But seriously, I really appreciate you gentlemen.
No, but you told me a few minutes ago it's here to discuss a community discussion meeting, and now it's canceled.
Meeting's canceled, yes, sir.
Because I thought it was a community discussion meeting. That's what you told me a few minutes ago.
Yeah, we're members of the community. We like to be heard.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming.
When will Cole face justice? Will Officer Cole ever face justice, Mr. Lewis?
That's a great point. Ask again.
Will Officer Cole ever face justice, Chief Lewis?
What about Officer? What about Tom Lewis? So what do you want to do? Go for coffee? Let's not waste the time. I can't. I'm shocked too, man.
He just told me
that you're going to have a meeting, right?
And I says, what is it about? And he says, it's just a community to discuss things in the community.
Right, he wasn't specific on which community, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
no,
crazy.
But it's community.
Exactly.
I says, what is it, about? And I says, well, that's great. That's what we should have.
It ain't worth it.
Okay.
Once they've got their mind made up.
All right, so what do you want to do? Let's not waste this. You want to do coffee somewhere or what?
Sure.
Harry, where's the closest place for coffee?
We could have just used this community center. We don't have to have anybody here.
I can't.
That's what I can't figure out. This is a public place.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you don't even need any kind of permission to
Right.
I don't understand that.
He's supposedly saying I do have the right to film, but I'm supposed to let everybody know.
Don't believe that's true in Florida.
God we trust part. Like to find out what God they're talking about.
That is true.
What kind of trust is that?
So Ian, let's not waste it. Let's do coffee somewhere. Wait. All right, so John, you want to do coffee somewhere then? Where's the closest? Hey, I'm shocked too. Totally shocked. I'm totally shocked, man. So what do you want? You want to follow us or?
Yeah, I'll follow you.
All right, we're down here. I'm in the white convertible.
Okay, I'll follow you.
So where do you want to go for coffee? Let's not waste it.
Whatever you decide, it's perfect. Yeah, I'm just easy to get out with, man.
He just shut the meeting down. He said we're not from the community, so he canceled it. So let's not waste it. What you want to do? Let's do coffee somewhere.
I'd give it about 2 or 3 minutes. These two just showed up for the meeting.
I know. Well, now 2 black people just showed up from the community, so are they going to have a meeting? I know, that's why he said maybe wait a minute. Oh, have you ever seen anything like this?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, all right.
Oh yeah.
Are you here for the meeting?
What?
Are you here for the meeting? Hey, I think we got a meeting, man. We got another one. Yep. Your door. Okay, he still canceled it? All right, can I give you my card then? Hey, the reason why I showed up and the reason why he's freaking out, I unfortunately experienced the corruption here myself. So 3 years ago, I started Charlotte County COPWATCH. I was the guy that was in the newspaper and all 3 channels where they illegally looked me up on the David system. Not to bring me flowers, but to do bad things because I'm exposing the corruption here. So that's why I think I'm shocked. He shut it down. So we need cops. You know we need cops. I know we need cops. We're trying to show people that we're here. You can hold them accountable. You can do different things. You know what I mean? Is it all right if I give you my business card? All right. So in 3 years, by the grace of God, I'm a Christian. The YouTube channel went nuts. 40 million views. 38,000 subscribers. In fact, I'll even give you my regular card. So I'm sorry that he did this. We seriously are here. We need police, but we were just here to let you guys know that we're here. If you ever have, if you ever need any help, investigating anything, or if you need a story put out, because internal investigations won't do anything. We were the ones that helped break the dog mall story. We're also the ones that did in Collier County, 7 sheriffs beat the crap out of a white guy. He was in the hospital for 3 days. We broke that story. So we really are trying. Okay. We're trying to help. And sorry that it shut. We are shocked that he just killed it like this.
Okay.
So what was your name?
Reverend Brown. Reverend Howard.
Please get a hold of me, man. Do you guys got a card? I'm shocked. I really, really am. This guy right here, John Surcan, he helps the homeless over in Charlotte County. So he's going to let you guys know that he's here too. So he helps people there. In fact, you know what's crazy? He's the one that the guy that supposedly got away from the sheriff at the water and hung himself. That's his landlord. He knows the guy. This wouldn't have happened. Like the guy said, he knew the guy. He didn't hang himself. You know what I mean? 65. So, anyways, I'm sorry that it bombed out. All right. Oh, are we filming? Yes, he was supposed to be. That's what I told him.
So why don't you want to leave it up? L.A. Daniels.
Do you not value our opinion?
All right.
Is Officer Cole ever going to face justice, Mr. Lewis?
Why, who are you with? Just a regular person? That's fine. I don't answer questions.
I'm a regular person. Hey, Andrew, I wanted you to meet David. This is Victor's friend.
Okay.
Andrew. Who are you, a regular
Andy.
person? COPWATCH?
No, I actually am.
You're not a regular person?
Careful. Careful. Wait, hey, let's not waste this. Let's do coffee. What's the closest thing to here for coffee? Here's my card. Because Sir Can's here and everything. You didn't even get to meet him. He helps the homeless in Fort Charlotte.
Oh, okay. How you doing? Hi. Hi. How you doing? Yeah.
Okay, where's the closest place for coffee?
See you later, man. It was a short meeting. Sorry, I didn't get more time to...
I'm not sure. Let's go over here and we'll all talk.
All right, John, we're gonna discuss over here what we're gonna do. But be careful for those bike racks. You almost got it.